Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. In this channel, I usually discuss about the education opportunities abroad, PR pathways, and also career related topics. In this video, I will explain what are the most recently asked questions in F1 interviews. We all know that there have been quite a lot of rejections recently, and there have been changes as well in terms of the expectations of the visa officers. So we need to understand what exactly is happening, what kind of questions are being asked, and how we need to answer, because if you give vague answers or give generic answers, there are very minute chances of getting visas approved. It used to happen previously, probably till 1 year back. Even if you go with copied answers or if you by hand answers and go there and then just speak, there were instances a lot of students got visas. But in 2025, very few students are getting approved. And if you look at these students, they've all been prepared well. They all have their own answers. They have not copied their answers from your Telegram groups or any of the YouTube channels. So usually do not copy your answers, but whenever you listen to somebody else's visa experience, or when you watch any of the YouTube channel like my channel, do not copy the answer as it is. Only copy the idea or understand what is the format that you need to follow. I would not want to give you direct answers to the questions because that's not how you should prepare. As I said, I would only give you the perspective of the visa officers, and I would also tell you what visa officers are expecting from each student. So based on that, you can prepare your own answers. There are more than 15 different questions that the visa officers are asking, but it is very difficult to cover all 15 of them in one single episode. So what I would do is, in this particular episode, I would talk about 5 different questions that the visa officers are commonly been asking these days, and I would also tell you how or what kind of answers that we need to give. I'll also give you examples, but in the coming episodes, I would talk about the remaining questions also. So the first and most important question is, why did you choose this university? So this question has been asked over the years, so it is not that only in 2025, but every time this question has been asked, at least 8 out of 10 people are being asked this question over the years. But what is different? Previously, there were instances where a lot of students, whenever they were asked this question, they just used to give a lot of data about the university. I chose this university because of its rank. It is in so and so state. It has extremely great research opportunities, and there is a professor called XYZ, so I would like to go to this university. Imagine the same answer has been given by so many students over the years. So the visa officers nowadays, they do not want to spend a lot of time getting the answers out of you. So what they want is, they want your answer from the first question itself. So you have seen in the recent days that they have not asked more than 2 questions or 1 question, and they give the decision whether it is acceptance or rejection, right? So this is what is happening. In the first question itself, if you give the answer that is very common or repeated by most number of people, then they're not ready to spend time on you. They do not want to ask another question. So for this question, do not give generic answers. Do not read out the data. That means university ranking, student professor ratio, the job placement ratio, etc. So don't read out the data. The visa officers are not interested to know about the university, but you need to understand this question is all about you, why you prefer this university. So you need to talk about the course specialization. When you go to USA for higher education, so your priority is masters, right? Your priority is education. So talk about the specialization first. Include internship or co-op programs if there are any in your course, and also talk about your special interest about that particular location as well. For example, Sacred Heart is a good university. It offers great course curriculum. There's one professor for every 16 students. The faculty is experienced. There are many research opportunities. So it is very generic. It is vague. So they're not really looking at such answers. Imagine like you give this answer. I chose Sacred Heart University because of its health data science course, which is extremely rare. It covers data science, it covers informatics, it also covers public health, which is a very rare combination. It also aligns with my interest in improving healthcare with data science. This program focuses on ethical data and also also predictive analytics, which is extremely important for humankind. SHU also offers a lot of co-op programs and also internships with a lot of healthcare giants that are in New York region. I would also like to experience New York culture because I've heard a lot about New York, especially related to their healthcare facilities. So how is this answer? See, I'm not saying that you should exactly talk like this. You need to talk about what is special about this course in that particular university. Also talk about your personal perspective about this course and university. Do not just talk about generic reasons or generic data. That's not helpful either. Research about the university, research about the course that you are going for. The more research you do, the better it is for you to frame your own answers. So do not copy answers from anywhere. So the second important question that has been asked a lot of times in the last couple of months is, why did you choose this course? Again, no vague answers. Do not give too many details. It is unnecessary because with a lot more details, you would only confuse the listener in general, right? So same goes with the visa officer as well. They do not have enough time to spend 5 minutes, 8 minutes, 10 minutes to listen to everything that you speak. They interview almost 100 to 120 people in the 3 hours or 4 hour slot that they have. So it is extremely difficult for them to concentrate on every student for longer time. So they just spend probably 1 minute, 2 minutes, sometimes even less. So give straight answers. Do not beat around the bush. Mention the specialization. That should be the major reason, right? What is the combination of the course? What are the major subjects? And also talk about what made you choose this course. Probably link it back with your undergraduation or a project work that you've done before, or maybe work experience that you may have, and also what value it adds to your profile after completion of this course. Do not talk about opportunities or job opportunities in USA or any other country when you talk about the course, because that's not what is asked about. For example, if someone says, I chose this course because cloud computing has a lot of opportunities everywhere around the world, so if I complete this course, I would like to work in any of the companies. So that shows that you are more interested in working somewhere rather than, understanding or learning a technology. Avoid talking about job opportunities. This course gives me advanced knowledge about how the data is being saved in cloud with the help of AI. In my undergraduation, I've done a project about the AI tools and how they are helpful to human in the coming future. So I have always been interested to learn more about it. As I said, this is an extremely rare combination and important combination that the cloud computing and AI together can change a lot of aspects in our day-to-day life. The San Jose State University provides the course with this particular combination, which is rare to find in most of the universities. I'm not saying that everybody should speak in the same way or in the same format, but it is about what you think. Yes, you can take help from your consultant or your seniors who are already studying abroad, or somebody from any of your Telegram groups. I don't say that it is bad, but do not take help to form answers, because that doesn't make sense. You take help in terms of mock interviews. Third most important question is, why did you choose USA instead of India? A lot of students answer this question like, US has more practical oriented courses. India, there are courses based on theory or outdated syllabus, etc., etc. A lot of students do that, right? Try differently. Probably the information could be the same, but articulate differently. When you talk about USA, what is so great about US education system? Go in detail. Do not just use common phrases like US has more facilities, US has better research equipment. Instead, go deep and talk about the innovation that US universities are doing and research facilities that students are a part of. Talk about the projects that are recently submitted by the students from the university that you're going to. You can talk about getting global exposure, you can talk about practical education, you can talk about the combination of subjects that you can choose, where in India, if you see, you can say that you don't really get to choose subjects, it's only the course that you can choose. But a lot of universities in USA give you the option to choose different subjects as well. You can talk about capstone project or internships. Most of the universities in India do not talk about internships as part of the course. Yes, after the course, they may refer you, but in US, most of the universities, if you see, capstone project is a part of the course. The USA leads the world in healthcare innovation and data-driven analytics. Health data analysis as a field in India is still developing, while US universities offer hands-on experience, which is extremely important in this particular course. While US universities offer hands-on experience through the collaborations with a lot of healthcare giants that are in New York, which is extremely important for me, especially in this course. So I believe studying in US gives me the right skills to excel in this field and later bring back innovations to India. So the next important question that has been asked a lot of times in the last 1-2 months is, how many universities did you apply for? You don't have to fake. I mean, you can just be truthful. You can say that, okay, I applied to 6 universities, 7 universities, 8 universities. It is absolutely fine. Yes, I understand that the visa officer does not know how many universities that you applied for, but they definitely get to know the active I-20s that you have. So for example, you have 3 I-20s. You cannot say that I have applied for only 2 universities because they know that you already have 3 I-20s. So, but anyways, I do not suggest you to give wrong information. You can always say that I applied for 6 universities, I got 3 admits, 4 admits, a couple of rejections or just 1 rejection, and another university had to give me a decision on my application. So instead of giving false information, always be truthful. There's nothing wrong in it. It's not mandatory, or it is not that visa officers expect a student to have 100% acceptance and no rejections. But if you do not want to talk about your rejection, it is absolutely, up to you. That's okay. It doesn't make any negative impact on your profile. So you can just say the number of applications and number of admits, and if there are any applications that you're still waiting for. But always end up saying that you chose so and so university. I applied for 6 universities. I have received 4 admits, and a couple of other universities are yet to give me the decision. But anyways, I've chosen to go with Sacred Heart University because this has been my first preference. If they ask what are they, then you should also name what those universities are like. What are the 6 universities that you applied for, and what are those 4 admits that you have, and what are the 2 rejections or applications that are still pending with the universities. Next important question that a lot of students faced very recently is, what are your plans after masters? So this is a tricky question. Visa officers know that a lot of students, they go to USA and then do not come back. But if you say that you want to work there in USA, they do not want to give visas. So it is a tricky question. So you have to be extremely careful while answering this question. You need to mention very strongly that you would like to come back to India after your masters. Talk about the opportunities in India in the industry. Talk about how this course would actually prepare you to work in software or healthcare, whatever the course it is. Explain how important it is for you to complete this course if you would like to get a job in India, and how big is the industry, and what kind of innovations are going to happen in India in this particular sector. You can also talk about the projections, number of jobs that are available in the coming years in healthcare industry or software. You can also talk about how government is looking at that particular industry and how much the government is investing, and what are the policies of government to bring back more companies so that it is helpful for you to get a job once you complete your masters in USA and go back to India. If they specifically ask about OPT or CPT, I always say that if opportunity presents, then I would probably think about it, but it completely depends on how big the opportunity is. But for now, I'm not really worried about the OPT or CPT. It is for me to complete the course and then get back to my country, because there are going to be a number of options and I can really add a lot of value in the company that I'm going to work for in India. After my masters, I would like to come back to India and work for any of the government organizations or research facility to use my expertise in developing new drugs. I would like to use the practical experience that I gained from this course and ensure that I give my best to improve the health data systems and also the research facilities and also healthcare operations in India. So this is just an example. I'm not sure because I'm not from the healthcare industry, so I don't really know what happens there. But I think that it is a little logical to talk about what you want to do further in your career and how this course would help you in future in India. See, end of the day, it is extremely important that the visa officers want to understand your personal reasons or objectives behind choosing the university or course, and they do not want students who by heart answers, come without preparation, just come there and speak like everybody else. So they are really looking at students who want to go abroad only for education, but they do not want anybody to stay back in USA. As we all know, the situations with Trump doing a lot of things. So prepare really well. Generic answers like before do not help you to get your visa approved. So ensure that you prepare really well. Ensure that you understand each question properly before you start answering. So when I say preparation, it does not mean that preparing for number of days or by hearting the answer. It's not like that. It is about research for every question. If you just research for half an hour, 1 hour, I'm sure you'll get a lot of logical information that you can speak. So do not copy information from anybody, including me. Do not copy sentences from any channel or any groups. Do your own preparation. Ensure that you find a logic in your own answers. If you're confident and if you find logic in your own answers, then I'm sure the answers are really good. So in the next episode, I will also talk about a few other questions. But if you like this video, please like. Also share it with the students who are planning to attend the visa interview in the coming days. And also subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Thank you so much. Bye.